Hi, my name is Kelly Reddy, and I'm an associate professor in apparel, merchandising, and design, and I'm also the director and curator of ISU's Textiles and Clothing Museum. I teach courses related to the cultural and historic aspects of dress, fashion, identity, and the body. And one course I teach every semester is AMD 165, Dress, Appearance, and Diversity in U.S. Society. In the course, students examine dress and appearance practices and experiences of marginalized identities and communities in the United States. They are also introduced to fashion and dress-related theories, culture and identity concepts, and social justice concepts and issues related to dress and appearance in the fashion industry. Students in my class learn about the role that fashion, clothing, dress, and/or accessories play in identity development for individuals and really specifically for those in marginalized communities such as the queer and trans community, Indigenous people, people with disabilities, and people with color, just to name a few. And so there are numerous materials available on the market that center dress, appearance, and identity, but those sources largely lack a social justice lens throughout all of the content. And so to address this gap, I created an open source textbook to use in my course. So the book is intentional in the way it approaches the topic of social justice and dress, and it really helps bring rich stories about how and why people dress the way they do to life through images, video, and also interactive activities. And I personally chose to make an open educational resource because making these resources free and accessible to my students centers social justice philosophies not only in the course content, but also the course materials I choose to use. And thanks to these free course materials, the students who take my course to fulfill either the U.S. diversity and/or social science requirement, they do so without having to purchase a textbook. AMD 165 is also a class that students can take to learn about the AMD major, and many of the AMD courses are material intensive due to the nature of the class, such as pattern making, draping, and fashion illustration, where the students have to buy a lot of tools to complete the course. AMD 165 helps both our AMD students and students across the Iowa State community fulfill the requirements, and it also helps students gain exposure to the major without paying a ton of money for supplies. So making the materials in this course no cost is important to me because it reduces financial barriers to entry into this major, and it helps students fulfill their university requirement without additional costs.